Welcome to Deja Breedlove Presents. For those of you that are new to the show, every week I like to touch base with inspirational guests on inspirational topics that can help make your life a better one. So my guest today is an entrepreneur named Destin'Ee, and she's the creator of a line called D&B Couture. So let's meet her today and hear all about her journey to success and also what inspired her to create this amazing line that I'm wearing, which we'll get to later, but let's meet her. Destin'Ee, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you look beautiful. I love the dress.
Thank you.
It looks amazing. Now, you created that one also, obviously.
Yes, so this is a haute couture gown. It's all hand beaded by hand and sewn by hand. No sewing machine was used.
Wow, and it was made in Italy.
Yes.
She didn't mention it was made in Italy.
Yes,
but it was
it's hand beaded silk, Italian silk.
Amazing. Okay, so you are the creator of this amazing line that we're both wearing, D&B Couture. So tell us the inspiration for the name as well as what all do you guys offer?
Okay, so the inspiration for the name D&B is, of course, my initials, Destin'Ee Nicole Brown.
Nice.
And I decided to name my clothing line after my name because my goal is to be a legendary couturier. And all of the legends, their brands are named after them. So that's why I followed that route.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, what all do you guys offer? Is it just clothing? Is it, what all do you guys have? I know you have these amazing shoes. These are dope.
So D&B offers couture, haute couture. I've released ready to wear back in 2020. We have shoes, swimwear, and I recently launched my dog line.
Wow.
Yes, it will be on my website soon. Yeah,
amazing.
So I'm excited. That's a couture puppy line as well.
That's amazing. And I think I also seen something about kids on your website.
Yes, and I also do have a kids line.
Wow, so she does it all. So whatever you need, she can customize and upgrade you. I love that. Okay, so my next question is, for those who are not familiar with your brand, tell us what all your brand represents and what would you say separates your line from others?
So my brand represents class and elegance and sophistication. D&B is all about women being poised and carefree and also having fun at the same time.
I love that. Okay, so what would you say separates what would you say separates your brand from other fashion lines? Like, what would you say your niche is?
So I would say that my niche is definitely high-end fashion. I love vintage clothing lines. Nice. So most of my lines are inspired from eras of between the 1940s, 50s, 60s. And I think that is what separates me from other brands. I use all couture fabrics. And it's just all about luxury and class and elegance. And all of my designs are unique and one of a kind. No matter where I go, I haven't seen any other brand that's like D&B.
Yeah.
So it just stands out.
100%. Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting like Marilyn Monroe, old Hollywood in this dress, like this, in this one too. I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so when was it that you knew you wanted to become a designer, and what would you say exactly sparked that idea?
Well, when I was a little girl, I taught myself how to sew by hand when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So I would make clothes for my Barbie dolls out of old socks. Yeah, so that's how I originally started. And I just always knew that I loved fashion. I would go out into the supermarkets and I would fall in love with the Vogue magazines and everything. And then once I grew up, I did it professionally and went to college. And then that's why I became a professional designer.
Oh, wow. So that actually goes into my next question. So all your clothing is custom. So you design and sew your own material.
Yes, so everything isn't custom. I do offer ready to wear, which is off the rack. So you could just purchase what you see on my site. And I do offer custom as well. So I switched that up in 2020 because of the pandemic. And, you know, a lot of the events were not happening, the red carpets and everything. So I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out something that people could wear just for every day. Yeah. So then that's when I bought the ready-to-wear line.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, sometimes I do have seamstresses that sew the things for me, but all of the couture I do myself.
Yeah. Because I actually worked with her at a fashion show, and I seen you pulled out your sewing machine and you started like sewing the model up. I was like, oh wow. I'm like, I wonder does she do this for all her clothing? But it's good to know that, you know, sometimes you do, but majority you do all of it.
Yeah.
That's dope. Okay, so you said you and that also goes into my next question. Was this something that you had to go to school for? Or would you say it's kind of a natural talent that you always been born with?
Yeah, so this was definitely my gift from God. Like, as I stated, when I was a small girl, I had taught myself how to hand sew. No one had ever showed me how to use a needle and thread. But then when I went to college, it molded me into a professional fashion designer. And that's why I learned how to use the sewing machine. So I was just sewing by hand prior to that. Prior to college, yeah. So I learned how to make patterns and sew on the sewing machine and everything in school. And for undergrad, I went to Virginia State University.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow. So you would recommend anybody who wants to be an inspiring designer or fashion designer, you need to go to school for that to kind of get like specific training.
Yeah, I always say if you can afford it, go to school. But every designer doesn't need that. Like, I do know some designers that are 100% self-taught. They never went to fashion school and they are great and their craft is refined. But that doesn't happen for everyone.
Yeah.
But they still did like internships with couturiers and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I would recommend it. If you can afford it, definitely go and get a education in fashion because this is an industry just like any other industry.
Exactly.
And it's very important to be, you know, have the professional training.
Yeah. And you would say it's a lot of stuff that you learned from going to fashion school that you wouldn't have probably known prior to going.
Yeah, absolutely. About textiles and fabrics. Like when I go to the fashion district, sometimes I see people get ripped off because they don't know if they're selling them silk or polyester. So it's just things like that. You need to be educated.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's good to know. So before we continue, I would like to first touch base on this unique piece that I'm wearing before we go into my next question because it feels good. It looks good. Tell us, well, let me just do a little spin for you guys so y'all can see it. So this is another piece from D&B. And she's going to tell us all about the dress that we're wearing and all the things that she put on me. I love this though. So tell us, what am I wearing and the inspiration behind this?
Yeah, so this gown is actually called the Claire gown. It was inspired just for the new year. Definitely to go out and party New Year's Eve and just be fun and fabulous. And it can also be worn at all types of events.
Yes.
Red carpet. It's just a very fun dress. You know, black is always a good go-to staple moment. So yeah, Claire is that girl.
Claire is that girl. And you just released this.
Yeah, I just released it. This is a new 2024 gown.
Nice. Now, for those of you who are not watching, but you're listening to the audio version, I mean, this is a knee-length dress with fur on the sleeves. I got a fur neck thing going on with the fur hat. Definitely check out the visual video part, but it just to describe it, I mean, it's nice and soft. It's stretchy. It fits the curves. It's great. So definitely check out her stuff. But yeah, I wanted to share this piece really quick before we continue. But tell us, what was your inspo behind this one?
So my inspiration was definitely Hollywood glam and just, I'm all about having timeless pieces. So D&B is all about my brand being able to live and for my garments to be able to be worn 100 years from now.
Oh, 100%.
Because it will always be, you know, with the fashion.
Yeah.
Because it's timeless. So all of my designs are always inspired to be timeless pieces that, you know, just make women feel fabulous.
Yes. No, this is definitely my vibe. This is classy, elegant. It's cozy. It's perfect for like, you know, cold weather. So I'm in love. I love it. And how much does this dress run?
So this gown is $1,200.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So $1,200 is totally worth that. So I guess that kind of goes into my next question. So for entrepreneurs out here who know they have a good product, but they can't really decide where exactly to price their clothing or whether it's a product. How would you say that you decide? How would you say you decided on what you price your dresses at? Because I know that could be a tricky thing for some people, not really knowing what their product is worth.
Yes. So, like I learned in fashion school, we always do a 3% markup. So basically, you multiply like the cost of materials times three, and then that's
Oh.
the ending price of the garment.
Wow. Okay. So
Yes.
so that's how you make your profit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
See, that was something I actually did not know. I'm like, I have a brand as well, and that was something that I was just, kind of curious to know, which as well as other people who are probably listening to this,
Yeah,
who don't know
definitely.
exactly how to
Because
price it.
it's important to make your money back that you spent on the goods, and to also make a profit.
Yeah. So 3%, y'all. 3%. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so my next question is, how do you market yourself and promote your line, as well as what would you say the best outlet has been and shown the best results sale wise?
So as of now, I've been promoting myself on social media platforms and going out to networking events and through magazine publications and definitely interviews and things like that.
Yeah.
That's how I've been promoting my brand. And I'm looking to expand and bring in a team, to delegate those tasks to, so that I can solely just focus on designing.
Amazing. Y'all heard that. She's looking for a team. D&B is hiring. So definitely hit Destin'Ee up. And I'm going to attach all her information at the bottom of the screen so you guys can follow and connect and, look out for all her new pieces on the way. But okay, that's good to know. So you would say that Instagram has been pretty much the best outlet.
Yeah, it's like doing promoted posts, on Instagram and Facebook, to where you can factor in your target market and make sure that the ads are getting sent to your target clientele.
Nice. So how do you market yourself and promote your line? And what would you say the best outlet has shown the best results sale-wise?
Yeah, so last year I actually had got a grant through Comcast, and they had promoted my brand across California and Northern California. So that had worked out very well for me. And other than that, I promote on social media. I boost the ads and I choose my clientele, my target market through that by age and like occupation, everything with demographics and psychographics and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been a big help. And going to networking events, word of mouth, definitely by my clients. That's how I get a lot of referrals as well. And I think that, those are the most important things that I have come across thus far.
So you would say Instagram and promoting ads and Facebook is like super important. Just running ads, period.
It is, yes. Yeah. And it's best if you can hire a marketing team. Yeah. So that you can have somebody that's a professional in that area and that's totally what they do. Yeah. Because I feel like you will get the best results that way. Yeah. Yeah, but they can be a bit pricey sometimes.
Yeah, they can be a bit pricey. I did hear that. But you did say D&B is looking to expand their team. So they are hiring, and I'm going to touch all of Destiny's information at the bottom of the screen so you guys could check her out and follow D&B, as well as contact her if you guys have marketing services or you feel like you would be an addition to this amazing line. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Okay, so that's good to know. So Instagram, that's where people need to go, because that's been pretty much like the big hit.
Yeah, definitely. Instagram, that's where a lot of people find me at. And nice. Google, like my Google listing business, it's important to post the good important keywords so that when people search certain items, that your business will pop up at the top of the Google search.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a new one too that people don't discuss as much. So having your name in the Google search is pretty important too.
Yeah. So like when say for instance a woman is Googling a black gown, then if you have the proper words in your Google listing, then your site will pop up like at the top, or at least like top 5.
Nice. And you hired a marketing team for that as well?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Amazing. So my next question is, how would you say you stay motivated in such a competitive industry? Because we're here in Los Angeles, California, Hollywood. I mean, it's so many different brands, so many different teams. Like, how would you say keeps Destin'Ee going at it and just staying at it every single day?
Yes, I would say that my family, number one, keeps me motivated, because the brand is all about creating generational wealth. I want for this brand to live on hundreds of years after me, be able to feed my descendants, you know,
Wow.
set up trust funds for my generations to come. So that is what always keeps me motivated, being able to
Yeah.
take care of my mom and, you know, my grandparents and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so we all can have the best life.
Yeah, that's amazing because I feel like that is what's going to get you out your bed every single day. When you have a why or you have people that you feel like you're doing this for, that's going to keep you motivated when you feel like you want to give up because it's not just about you. You know, I feel like it's easier to sleep in and just not go after something when you don't have a why. You know, because some people don't have kids yet, but it's like if you don't have kids yet and that's not your why, create a why, you know, and like you said, generational wealth, like it's going to be so many people that live on after us, and you got to really think about the big picture because as we know, we're not just here and living for us.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than us. So that's amazing. I definitely see this line going on for times because again, it started out in the 1950s. So we're in 2024.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so my next question is high value women has been a very trendy topic the past few months, the past few years. So as an entrepreneur and a woman of class and elegance, what would you say a high value woman consists of to you?
For me, a high value woman consists of a woman that can carry herself like a lady, is business oriented, professional, has a professional mindset, ambitious. It's just all about being focused and, you know, spreading positivity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, being educated. I know everybody can't afford college and everything, but you don't even have to go to college to, you know, be educated and things like that. So
Yeah.
I believe that that's what a high value woman is. Someone that, you know, values God and family. I believe that's all very important.
Amazing. Well said. I would agree with that as well. Okay, so where do you see D&B Couture in the next 3 to 5 years?
In the next 3 to 5 years, I see D&B Couture in boutiques in Milan, in Paris, London, all across the world. My number one goal is to have my first boutique on Rodeo Drive. So that's where I will see D&B in the next 5 years. And just on the front covers of Vogue, Vanity Fair, Cosmopolitan, Elle, you name it.
Nice. Well, I can't wait because it's definitely going to happen. I see it.
Thank you.
So what can we expect next from D&B?
So next, you guys can expect for me to just continue flourishing and slaying the runways. LA Fashion Week is coming up soon, so that's going to be exciting. I will be releasing a new swim line coming up soon for the summer.
Nice.
A spring summer line, so, and definitely new shoes. And stay tuned for the dog line. New pieces are going to drop for that as well.
Amazing. And like I said, I'm going to touch all of Destiny's information at the bottom of the screen. But as we kind of wrap this up, as we wrap this up, my last question is, if you could leave any advice to future entrepreneurs who are just getting started with certain qualities that you feel like they should possess, or just any advice, what would you say?
Advice that I will give to up-and-coming entrepreneurs is be ready for the journey. It's definitely not like a 9-to-5 corporate America at all. Some days, some months you could be bringing in thousands, and then some months that your business might not bring in anything. But you still have to believe in your vision and do not give up, and just know that you're doing it for a purpose. And I think that that's very important. Mm-hmm. I would tell every entrepreneur that no matter what field that you in, is don't give up on your dreams.
Don't give up on your dreams and have a purpose. I like that. Okay, everybody. So like I said, I'm going to attach all of Destiny's information at the bottom of the screen so you guys can keep up with her as well as contact her if need be. And that wraps it up for Deja Bree Love Presents. And I will see you guys next week with another inspirational guest and inspiring episode. Ciao.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes.